What's up? Brother Shane here. So we'll be doing a reaction video, first reaction video on this channel. We're reacting to Gator Martin's 10 true KFC horror stories. This is gonna be a long one, so bear with me.
More separate ways and head home.
That's enough. Right there, what he just said about the eyes, that's enough for me to move across the fucking country. This is what we gonna do tonight. Over there.
But every time you eat fast food, you're putting blind trust in the employees and the people around you.
Right.
You're hoping the food will be cooked well, and that no one will try to end your life. Enjoy these allegedly true KFC scary stories. If you want to hear your story in a future video, I'm looking for scary experiences with people who used Lyft. If you've got a creepy experience from using Lyft, send it to me at darknessprevails.org/submit. Also, stay till the end for my favorite early comments from the previous episode.
Okay.
Now, I hope you're ready, because this is going to be finger-licking good.
You ready?
Number 1.
Let's go.
KFC Creepers.
So I'm technically reacting to a reaction. So I'm technically reacting to a reaction video. That's confusing.
I work at a KFC in Colorado. I've worked for the company for 3 years now. I started at an older store and recently moved to a newer one. The older store I worked at was in a smaller town. Not quite small enough to say that the closest neighbors were very far away, but it didn't have any big businesses there. The closest Walmart was about 5 miles down the road, at the very edge of town. Besides that, Dairy Queen and Sonic. KFC was the only other franchise in town. The place was really out of the way. We always closed early as well, because we got maybe 6 customers from 8 to 9. We were, however, supposed to close at 10, so we still got a few cars from time to time, because none of the big bosses in the company knew we closed too early. That old store had a broken door, so
I wish it was sponsored by this, and I keep getting them.
Make sure to shut it all the way, giving it that little extra nudge. Most of the time, people were understanding about it, but there were a few that weren't that normal.
What you mean? Whoa, it sound like to me that you're letting motherfuckers in when you're not supposed to.
Sorry for the profanity.
Lock the doors and windows. If you can't, or if you're having trouble, use some fucking duct tape or something. Like, fuck. Do some I Am Legend shit. Like, have some.
That's why I watch this guy. He is hilarious. Telling us this now. He is freaking hilarious.
Metal chips to cover the shit. I don't know. Like, I feel like you're playing like it just started. Like, come on, yo. We're not doing this tonight. We're supposed to be chilling. We're supposed to be good. We're supposed to be vibing, but okay.
There was one group who came in when we only had the drive-thru still open. There were 3 men altogether, and they had been drinking. One of them apparently had trouble with his pants, because he literally had his junk hanging out.
Wow.
There were currently only 3 women still there, none of us prepared to defend ourselves, and 1 man, our fry cook. The cooks were usually gone sooner, because they didn't cook anything in the last hour and a half. We were open, but they still needed to clean their area. Now, the cook was in the back when they came in, as he was just finishing up. He noticed we were having trouble with these guys, so he stood next to my cousin who worked with us, taking the order as I prepared it to quickly get them out of here. We made sure the door was locked and closed it afterwards, and that was the quick end to the worst experience of my first year.
You sure it was closed?
The next year I still worked at the small store. This experience happened when I forgot to check the door, meaning it wasn't shut all the way and could still be opened. My manager told me this story the next day. Some guy came in tripping more than usual. With these types of people, it was common for us to make them meals that were weird. Like they would often try to order what was basically a Scooby-Doo sandwich. We'd get people stacking things as high as possible, adding so many things to their food that it made it inedible and crazy expensive. Well, on a certain night, a night that I didn't lock the door like I thought I did, it was 11 p.m., and the store should have been closed, but everyone was running behind with their duties to close up.
Yeah, okay. Running behind my ass. You running behind, bitch, I'm running forward. While you back there at negative 6 miles out, I'm there. Over there.
Just telling you guys this now. He is a guy that likes Adidas. So if you guys hear Adidas in this video, he literally says, hop in your mother clucking Adidas and get the cluck out of there. Like literally, get the cluck out of there with my Adidas. If you have Adidas, may God be with you. That's what he mostly says. So that's telling you guys that now.
6 miles plus. Anybody that does math, that knows math, negative, you don't want to be negative 6 miles out because you're clucking up. You want to be positive 6 miles out. Just saying. Falling behind. Bitch, I'm always on my A game. You best believe that. Even when you think I'm not, bitch, I am. Always. I'm always on my A game and always on my toes. Tiptoeing in my Jordans. But remix, tiptoeing in my Adidas.
In walks this guy. Again,
What did I tell
he was
you?
tripping hard. Instead of going up to the register, he just sat down in the lobby, not making any noise.
That's fucking weird.
My manager said she grabbed the pan grabber, just in case she needed to defend herself. Then she walked over to speak to the man. He didn't respond. Instead, he just stared at her. His hands were fumbling around behind his back under his shirt, as if he was wondering if he should pull something out from behind there.
You better pull out your Adidas and start hauling. Cause the whole time she's right there in the KFC, that's time that you can be.
I told you guys. I told you guys.
That you running, you still in there. I know damn well KFC doesn't. A place like that doesn't pay you enough
right there.
to just be standing there when shit pop off.
Sunflower seeds.
I know that for a fact.
Or to leave it alone. Why was he acting that way? And what did he have back there? My manager didn't know, and she was starting to get worried. Suddenly, one of the ovens going through its cleaning cycle made a loud noise, so she took the chance to call Isaac, one of the cooks, who had been working really late that night, and asked him if he was almost done, which was her inconspicuous way of calling for help, without panicking this unpredictable fellow. Now the strange man, seeing that she wasn't alone in the store, and that Isaac was a bit bigger than him, he got up from his seat and walked outside of the building. Apparently, he hadn't driven a car, and being all the way out here, there's really nothing very close by, so he must have walked quite the distance to get there, and didn't order anything. That man was up to no good, and my manager knew it, and to this day, she believes she got through that mess by the skin of her teeth. It still gives me goosebumps to think what would have happened had that man gone through with whatever he had been planning. Now, this year I'm in a new store that just opened. This one's in the middle of a shopping center, so we get more people and stay open later. The store store is in a big parking lot housing many businesses, and there are a few strange things that happen. A lot of sketchy people. But these sketchy people try to avoid being noticed, so if there are still cars in the parking lot, we're typically pretty safe. But just recently, a lady was trying to get inside. One of our guys opened the door to see if she needed help, and told her, "Sorry, we're closed." But she forced her way inside anyway.
Well, bitch, I'm forcing my way out the back side of the exit. That's all I'm saying. Saying, while you forcing your way in, I'm forcing my way out. Alex, move. Get the fuck up off me. Move. You playing. You can't be taking chances on people, male or female, adult, teen, or a kid. Like, you don't know what their intentions are. Especially nowadays, because this world is dangerous. It seems like it gets crazier and crazier every single day. But you don't know what you don't know. You just don't know anymore. Like, people's intentions
I'm recording this late
are
at night.
just crazy, man. You just can't take that chance. An old lady or man could seem innocent. You get close enough to that old person, he gonna cluck you up. Just saying.
I was in the back of the building, putting a bag in a trash can, the last thing I had to do for the night, when another guy pokes his head around the corner and says someone got inside. One more guy and my manager, the same manager from the previous story, and myself look up. It's 11:15 p.m. No one should be here. We all walk up to the counter, letting her know that she is outnumbered. The lady pulls out these long black gloves and begins to ask if anyone could give her a ride.
Nope.
Now, I may be a paranoid person, but I have no problem with giving a ride to someone in need. But this woman, I didn't know her, and something just felt awfully strange about her.
Well, there you go.
So we all apologized and said no.
Oh, right.
Then she walked out of the building, met up with a man in the middle of the parking lot who had a shopping cart full of different things, but it was too dark to make out exactly what. Then she took her gloves off, pulled something out of her pocket, then put it in the shopping cart. Then they both walked away. There's only one question I have from that encounter.
What
were they planning to do? Anyway, I only have one thing to say after all of this. Don't go to a place after hours trying to get business. People are trying to do their jobs and go home like you. And sometimes the people who do come too late, they're not there for food.
Yeah.
Number 2. Taco Hell. Submitted by Sydney.
I don't even like Taco Bell.
I worked at a Taco Bell KFC hybrid store, and I always knew something was weird about the place. You would always get chills down your spine, even if you were standing next to those hot ovens. You would also get what felt like someone breathing on you at times.
Fuck that.
And things would go missing, only to be found in the weirdest, and I mean weirdest, places.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, okay. Things go missing. Yeah, okay. You gotta be crazy to be stealing my shit. Cause I'm breaking man.
Stuff is going off. I'm just tired. Gee.
I'm breaking everybody's ankles and wrist if you steal my shit. Just saying. Something come up missing in his mind, bitch. Your whole life missing. Just saying. You gotta be crazy. This is my bag. It's like a man purse, but I wear it like it's a backpack too. But like, I take it almost everywhere I go because everything that's in that bag, I need. Well, or eventually, but you gotta be crazy to be stealing my junk. You're not about to eat. Well, yeah. I was gonna say you gotta be crazy to steal my Adidas, but bitch is already on my feet, so that's not gonna happen. And even if you attempt to do it, I'm already gonna be 6 miles out, while you still here -6 miles out. Nah, we not. Nah.
One night, when I was the closing manager, and it was about time to close, I'd gone outside, turned off the menu lights, and as I'm closing the back door behind me, someone whispers into the speaker box in the drive-thru. I knew there was no one there, and I was right. The cameras showed there were no cars or kids near the box. What was odd was that the box could only be activated if you pulled a car up to it.
Okay.
This freaked me out a little bit, but I quickly reminded myself that the box was old, and someone had even hit it with their cars a couple of days before, so maybe it was just going haywire. I should also mention that there were only 2 people that night, my coworker Nick and myself, and I was the only one with a headset on. As I was doing my manager's tasks, I made Nick count the money tills in the office. Now, something to know is when he counts money, he always locks the office door behind him.
Makes sense.
I started gathering the trash and went to throw it out. As I was walking back, I saw a shadowy figure in the doorway where I had just walked out.
Yeah, okay.
I blinked and rubbed my eyes, and the figure was no longer there. I was exhausted after a long day's work, thought I was just seeing things. I walked back in, and as I did, I smelled the worst stench I'd ever smelled. It was like some rotting animal. I thought that maybe the trash, since Taco Bell meat and KFC chicken don't really mix well together under a hot sun in a metal dumpster. I get inside and lock the back door, and then I start cutting up the boxes. Now, where I was in the back room, the only way you can see out of the door is if you're on the left of the doorway looking out, and all you can really see is the prep food area. As I'm cutting the boxes, I got bored, and I went and grabbed my phone, which was by the drive-thru window. So I walk out and set a box on the prep table, grabbed my phone and walked back. I was distracted for a few seconds picking some music to listen to, so I forgot to grab the box that I had set down, and went back to cutting boxes in the back. Maybe 5 minutes later, something hits me in the back hard.
What the
and
hell?
It stings.
Why did I jump? It was very subtle on the camera.
Sorry, that was
But
an
when he
ad.
said
I
something
did not want to
hit
show
me
it.
in the back,
You guys know why.
I jumped a little bit.
I always copyright me, that's why I don't make money,
I
so
felt that. Why did I?
ain't no ads on this sound channel.
Yo, these horror
Leave a
stories
like
are
and
getting
subscribe for more of
ridiculous
these.
now. Like I'm starting to like
Excuse me.
picture myself in these situations. I gotta chill, man, because he said something hit him in the back, but I'm right here, and I jumped a little bit, very subtle. So I don't know if y'all saw that, but like, god damn, I got, yo, when I watch some of these Jones, I'm like zoned in. I gotta like find like a balance because I'm gonna end up having like nightmares, bitch. Like I can't. I'm gonna end up getting paranoid. Tell me about it.
You guys have no time paranoid right now because I keep looking at my damn door.
Turn around, nearly yelling, "What the heck?" Only to see that it was the box I had forgotten on the counter. This really scared me. I turned toward the front, wanting to know who did that, and I saw the color red moving from the doorway back into the kitchen. I thought I saw Nick, since our normal work shirts were red. I ran after him, and I went to the office and tried opening it, but it was locked. I knocked and Nick opens the door. Then I demanded him to tell me why he threw that at me. He looked at me confused, and that's when I finally realized he was wearing the manager shirt that day. Manager shirts are black. I was still confused, so I decided to rewind the camera. What I saw made my heart sink. I saw the box lying completely motionless, sitting there. And then it just launched itself at me.
There it is. There it is. That is all you need to know. You didn't even have to take it that far. You didn't even have to check the cameras. You know, there's only two things you can probably tell me to let me know that you're serious, like 100%. And that's dead ass. If you be like, I'm dead ass about to quit from this job, or like I'm dead ass.
So I don't have that much time. I need to get to sleep, so I'm not gonna be finishing this video. I'm not gonna be finishing it all. Don't got time. So I'll see you guys later. Take care. I'll pick up next video where I left off.